Hi, I'm Michael Brenner.
I'm Pia Sorensen.
I'm Dave Waits.
I'm an applied mathematician.
And I'm a chemist.
I'm a physicist.
But we're all here to teach a class on the science of cooking.
So this course was originally developed as a way to teach science to non-science majors at Harvard University.
Harvard has this idea that every student, whether they see themselves as a scientist or not, must study some science as part of their education.
And so the idea with creating courses like this is that they're supposed to connect what students learn in the classroom at Harvard with what happens in real life beyond Harvard.
And what could be more common in real life than cooking?
As a way to do this, we're now going to use food as a way to explain the underlying scientific principles that are all around us when we interact with food, or we eat, or we go to a restaurant, and so on.
We're going to do this not only in the context of recipes that you cook in your very own kitchen.
You're also going to be watching amazing dishes being created by world-famous chefs, and you're going to learn to understand the underlying scientific principles.
And sometimes they work, but not always. But we'll understand both when they work and when they don't work from the scientific principles behind them.
And as a way to cap all of this off, we will then send you into your kitchen, where you will do your own experiments. You'll take measurements and make observations, and you will then get to eat your lab. And so as a way of going through this process, you will learn to think like a scientist.
Because in the end, science and cooking are subjects that are very related to each other. They're both fundamentally experimental subjects in which one experiments to try to understand when things work and when they don't work.
So each week we're going to visit the kitchen of a famous chef, and we're then going to use their creations as a way to inspire our scientific explorations that underlies their dishes and their cooking. Each week we're going to have a lab where you explore the scientific principles that are specific for that week. And if you don't have access to the particular ingredients in your region, then we invite you to go out and find the ingredients that you're used to working with that can also explore these scientific principles. And then we invite you to share these recipes with all of us. Each week there's going to be homework where we try to join the scientific principle with aspects of cooking. So this class has no exams. We're just going to use the homework in the lab as a way to see if you're following along. In addition to the chef that we're visiting each week, we're also going to be visited by Harold McGee, Nathan Myhrvold, and America's Test Kitchen in many of the weeks. And they're going to give us their very unique perspective on the topic of the week. At the end of the course, you're going to spend some weeks working on your own final projects. So we're going to ask you to pick a topic, a culinary topic that really interests you, and you're then going to make your own experiments in your kitchen and try to figure out an underlying scientific principle in that dish or that recipe. And you're then going to share what you found in your final project with people from all over the world.
What is particularly remarkable about the chefs that we will visit is that their dishes are, on one hand, spectacular culinary dishes, and on the other hand, they are nearly perfect pedagogical illustrations of the scientific principles behind everyday cooking. And it is this parallel that will provide the intellectual basis of our course. Okay, so let's get started.